welcome to the court of the Edijester. How are we? A revelation today, and I know it's something you never expected to hear from me, but I've been shown conclusive proof that actually trans is formed in the womb, that actually babies before they're born are trans. And it's something that I never expected to happen to me, and I'm sure that it's something that you never expected to hear from me. But the proof I've seen is conclusive. Now, I was with a friend of mine who is of the pregnants, as in with child. Oh, with child. And she asked me if I'd go along with her to the natal clinic. And while she had one of these things called an ultrasound or something, they put stuff on your belly or whatever it is, and then they rub this machine over it, and the baby appears. You can see that it was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So we both stood there with the nurse, and we watched carefully as she, and there you could see the baby, and clearly the baby was dressed in a blue sequin dress, and no word of a lie, in a wig, singing Charlene's "I've Never Been to Me."
I've been to Georgia and California and anywhere I
Go figure. Is it me or is that extraordinary? I am, of course, talking nonsense, which, back in 2022, Harvard did the same, in that they exclaimed, "Babies trans in the womb," as reported by the Daily Fail in March 2022. Now, there was more to it than that, as you can imagine. But it doesn't mean that Harvard aren't a bunch of jokers. And lo and behold, they're at it again. So I thought I'd bring you what it is they're at now, which is, I think it's terribly, terribly amusing, but then I would. I did a brilliant space last night with some of the Americans and some of my ward teachers, and really interesting. So if you can find that, go and have a listen. Lots of conversation, lots of questions, some really good questions there. I've got today from the Daily Mail something that made me giggle, and I hope it will make you giggle too. So it's the Daily Mail, but it's from July. How did I miss this? I missed it, but I think it's funny and I think it's worth listening to. So the Daily Mail now reports, buy me coffee, Substack, blah, blah, right? New Harvard class will study genderless angels and trans monks. Trans monks. That would absolutely change the plot of the Name of the Rose, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? Sean Connery as Martha in Name of the Rose. More monks will die, and they too will have reddened lips and painted nails. Go on, Sean. Or should I call you Sarah? Sarah Connery in Name of the Rose. A new course at Harvard, yeah, this is real. A new course at Harvard will revisit the Byzantine Empire with a focus on medieval gender identity. Medieval gender, as if people living in medieval Byzantine have got time to worry about their gender identity. What's that? I've got the pox. How's your gender identity? I've got the pox. But is your gender identity okay? Oh, God. Oh, God. I've just had my first child, my fifth child die in childbirth. Yes, but how's your gender identity? It will cover genderless angels and trans monks. The fall 2024 class, called Gender in Byzantium, is said to explore the entire spectrum of binary and non-binary conceptualizations, representations and performances of gender in Byzantium that range from 476 to 1400 AD. This is real. The university, which costs $60,000 a year, plans to cover text and art on medieval eunuchs. Now, interesting that Harvard are taking it as part of the trans nonsense that eunuchs exist, which is what, of course, WPATH did when they attached themselves to nonsense about eunuchs, which turned out to be part of a forum that had stories about castrating children. It's just, this bunch of weirdos, it just gets worse. So, they will cover art, text and art on medieval eunuchs, men who were castrated, teaching them as a possible third gender. Oh, they're really mad. It will also explore the history of women who disguise their sex to join monasteries, describing them as transgender. Talk about misreading history. This is Harvard, by the way. Harvard. Okay, get your head around that. They're lost. But word of the course is already provoking controversy, with a critic claiming that the course promotes a woke political agenda by making up history. That's exactly what it does. This is up there with non-binary Joan of Arc, isn't it? Non-binary Joan of Arc. The dust-up follows a punishing year of similar accusations for the elite school. I can't stop laughing. I'm bloody crying here. The elite school, which was ranked the worst school for free speech in the United States in 2023. Harvard, oh, how the mighty have fallen. That was by the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE, which I've come across before. They're an interesting bunch. In addition to angelic beings, the course will cover medieval eunuchs, born male but castrated members of Byzantine royal courts, not rare. As a possible third gender, you've got pictures then of angels. Angel Gabriel. How you doing, Gabriel? Somebody took me balls. This is straight out of Dogma, the movie, isn't it? The Byzantine Empire was the successor to the Roman Empire and inaugurated by the first Christian Roman Emperor, Constantine I, in 330 AD. That's sort of laid out a bit easy, really. Constantine I also legalised Christianity, which had previously been persecuted in the Roman Empire, making the religion a major element of the culture. Well, it's nice in the Daily Mail to give us a bit of culture in amongst all the bullshit. I'd like to thank the Daily Mail for their thoughtful culture insertion. The topic said to be discussed will also include, here it comes, normative concepts and representations of masculinity and femininity, same-sex desire and relationships, homosexuality and cross-dressing, trans monks. They made up enough fake genders. Might as well make up history as well, a person has shared on X, following news of the course. This class will also examine the gender identities of supernatural beings. We're back to that lunatic woman in the CIPD with their non-binary Jesus. Supernatural beings depicted in theological religious texts, incorporeal and genderless angels. Harvard's course description continued. News of the course has provoked heated and dismissive responses. Do you think? I should think the only responses should get off. It says but those responses apparently are from culture warriors. Really, I would have said the responses was from anybody with 2 ounces of brain. When Campus Reform, a project of the conservative non-profit The Leadership Institute, first wrote about the class. Just read Satyricon to get your jollies and move on to actual history, one ex-user posted in criticism of the course. I'm going to leave it there. Go and have a read. The links are in the doobry. I just made my morning, that did, finding that. It's just insane. Harvard, do better. I'll see ye later, all right? I've been to Georgia and California and anywhere I could run. See ya.